if you've ever wished you could just clone yourself to get more done, you've probably dabbled in automation. But today, we're going to talk about a tool you might not have heard of. And trust me, it's a real game changer. And look, don't just take my word for it. Let's kick things off with this huge claim from tech creator Network Chuck. He says N8N is the most powerful automation tool he's ever seen. We're talking more powerful than the big names like Zapier. Now that's a bold claim, so let's dig in and see what's going on here. The whole promise of a tool like N8N isn't just about linking app A to app B. It's about conducting your entire digital life. I mean, imagine getting a custom news digest every morning, pulling from your favorite websites and YouTube channels. Or, for all you tech nerds out there, picture an AI agent that monitors your home lab and fixes problems before you even wake up. The point is, the scope here is just massive. If you can think it up, you can probably build it. So what's the secret sauce? What makes N8N so darn different? Well, it really boils down to its core philosophy. This isn't just another automation service. It's a totally different way of thinking about how we build this stuff. This analogy just nails it. Think of platforms like Zapier as a simple plug. It's great, it's easy, and it gets the job done fast. But N8N is like a powerful Swiss Army knife because it's open source and self-hosted. You run it on your own servers, and that gives you the one thing that really matters: control. We're talking complete control over your code, your workflows, and maybe most importantly, your data. If your business has to deal with privacy rules like GDPR, keeping your data in-house isn't just a nice-to-have, it's an absolute must. Okay, I know all this talk about control and custom code can sound a little abstract, so let's look at a really powerful real-world example of what's possible when you're not stuck with pre-built templates. We've all been here, right? You're texting with some kind of support bot, and you send a few messages in a row, but it's really all just one thought. But the bot, it replies to every single message separately, and the whole conversation just becomes a confusing mess. It's super common and super frustrating, and this is where N8N just shines. It's so clever. Instead of jumping on that first message, this workflow uses a simple wait node. It literally just pauses for, say, 5 or 10 seconds, gathering up all the messages that come in during that time into one single batch. It actually waits for you to finish your thought, so only after it's collected, your entire message does it send the whole thing over to an AI brain, like GPT-4. And the result? You get one single intelligent, context-aware response that actually understands your entire question, not just the first sentence. But, it doesn't stop there. The agent is also hooked up to an AI search tool, the Perplexity API, so it can do live web searches. And here's the really slick part. You can tell it to only search a specific website, like your company's own help docs. This makes sure the AI is always giving out the most current, accurate info straight from the source. And finally, the cherry on top, memory. The entire chat history gets stored in a database keyed to your unique phone number. This means the agent actually remembers you and what you talked about last time. This whole thing, the batching, the live searches, the long-term memory, this complex custom logic is exactly what that build-it-yourself model makes possible. Okay, so that AI agent is incredibly cool, but how does this build-it-yourself approach really stack up when you put it head-to-head with the tools you probably already use? This table really lays it all out, doesn't it? The big win for the traditional guys is simplicity and speed. They've got tons of connectors and it's all point and click. You can get up and running fast. But N8N wins on 3 huge fronts. Cost, because you pay a fixed price for hosting instead of for every single task. Customization, because you can write your own code for literally anything. And data privacy, because you control everything. It really is a choice between convenience and power. And that cost model? It's not a small thing. Let's put a real number on it. For a small business running about 10,000 automated tasks a month, making the switch to a self-hosted N8N setup could save them £2,000 to £4,000 a year, every year. That adds up, big time. So we've seen the power, we've seen the control, and we've seen the potential cost savings. This all leads us to the most important question of all. Based on what you need, should you actually make the switch? Well, N8N is probably the right call for you if any of this sounds familiar. If you've got someone on the team who's comfortable with servers and Docker, if you're handling sensitive data, or if you know you're going to be scaling up to tens of thousands of tasks, then yeah, N8N was basically built for you. It's for people who want to build amazing custom things without a budget that spirals out of control. But hey, let's be real. N8N isn't for everyone, and that's totally fine. If your team is non-technical, if you need a solution running like yesterday, and if your workflows are pretty simple, like connecting a contact form to a mailing list, then the traditional platforms are absolutely the way to go. Their value is in their speed and simplicity, And for a lot of people, that's the perfect fit. So in the end, it really is a decision between off-the-shelf convenience and just limitless creative power. N8N basically hands you a blank canvas and a full set of professional tools, and it gets rid of almost every technical barrier. So the only question left to ask is, now that the only real limit is your own imagination, what are you going to build first?